Hey folks, we're back in the workshop. We're going to be doing some bearing removal on the 5010. This is my first time trying this myself. We've got some tools. We're going to learn something one way or the other. Let's get to it. So I've already taken the liberty of taking the upper link out of the bike. Got several tools laid out here. Some of this stuff is from Wheels Manufacturing. Some of this stuff is just I bought at the hardware store. We're gonna be learning this as we go, but the main thing is that for the bearings that we removed, they need to be punched out. And there's a couple different tools we're gonna use. So we're gonna start with this bearing extractor. It's kind of an interesting thing. You put it in and you tighten it, and that it makes it tight, and then you punch it out that way. We'll see how this goes. So on these inner bearings, there is a guide in there. Full disclosure, this is my second attempt at the process. I really struggled to get the bearings freed and scarred up the link by using my vise. After doing some research and getting some advice, I was able to punch out a bearing. The best tips were to bake the link for 20 minutes at 250 degrees and to use a metal hammer. The heat will burn off any Loctite if it was used and should make everything easier. The metal hammer doesn't absorb as much of the blow as a mallet would, and as you'll see, I go to town on removing these bearings. There we go. So, bearing came out, got some dirt on the ground, this little inner shell is in there. That's going to go away too. So yeah, these bearings have been in my bike for over 2 years, and they are very happy to be in that link. I don't think I'm taking it easy on them here. I'm hammering on them pretty good. My wife asked me if I was building her a she shed. All that hammering, you'd think I'd build something pretty large. There we go. It's kind of interesting. Once you just kind of feel it kind of beginning to go, it finally goes. And yep, came right off. Fell in the same glue that it did last time. And we just got to clean it up. So, as you can see, there's some scarring on here. This is from the vise. So, recommendation is don't use a vise. It's just too delicate. So, I'm just using the wood, the bench, and that seems to work fine. So here's a look at the older bearing. And actually, when you move this around, it actually feels really good. It's a shame it had to go. But these have been in the bike for like 2 years. So I figured it was time to pull them out. And actually, when they were in the bike, they were not smooth. So I think the heating process and extracting them kind of made them feel better. But I don't know. These are, these are gonna go like don't look too damaged because I'm not actually banging on these. So these probably could go and be spares. Here's an example of what the lower pivots look like. So I'll look at that link in a second, but you can see that there are bearings in there and they're packed with grease, and these actually probably look, see how look at these. Yeah, these move okay too. But this is why there's a Zerk fitting for the grease gun in the lower link, so you can pack grease into these. This is one of those things where like the aftermarket solutions for links may not be as great, just because you can't pack the grease in there like you can with these. But then again, these might not be necessary because those other sealed ones on the upper link look great. But these are the lower ones. These are going to get more mud, more of the water is going to get into them. And like I said, they were, these were definitely didn't feel great before they were removed. But like I said, so here's the old linkage. The bearings have been removed. I'm going to clean this off and then press in the new ones. So to clean this off, I'm just using rubbing alcohol, and I have it in a spray bottle, and the trigger is broken, so I can just squeeze it. And I got a paper towel underneath. So I'll just go here. So here are the new ones. I'm gonna Yeah, so it pays to actually go out and look at the manual. So I looked online and it says 17012 is the part for this. And I only have one 17012, so that's kind of fucked up. But it looks fine. I should be able to reuse it. We're going to start with the big boys. I'm going to work on this one first. So I am going to put just a smidge of grease on the inside here. Just work that all the way around. Pop the bearing in this little piece here. Thread that there. And I'm going to see how this works. Let's see, I've never used this before, so we're going to see how this works. I might want a washer on this side. Tighten this up a little bit more. Alright. See if it's on here kind of straight. Loosen, so tighten that side up. Loosen this side. Bearing kind of sits right in there. So I was able to press in the new bearings on the bigger ones. Learning from that is I ended up having to. This one went in crooked, so then I put this one in, and it gave me a little bit more of a guide to go through. And so I could come back and press this one in straight, and then press this one in straight as well. And so now they're in. They look like they're all the way in. And an easy way to tell, because you have that sleeve in the middle, is like it doesn't make any noise. Before when I was moving it around, I could hear it making noise. So I knew the bearings weren't pushed all the way in. So for this one, I really wish there was a better way of doing this, because I'm gonna like go through here and like see how there's a lot of wiggle. It's just tough. I think there might be smaller tools that will work. Alright, so I'm going to feed it through like this. I'm twisting this part here to make the, and I'm going to now I kind of want to have this thing, see, like I said, like it'd be nice if there was something in between here just to make sure it was the right width, and I don't even think this little one is, maybe that would work. A little bit of help at least. Keep this somewhat straight. That's my worry. This is actually going to go in straight, look straight. Press this in. That feels all the way in. Alright. So here we go, we got the little one in. It looks straight. It's really hard to tell until you have a second one in here. See if it's actually straight, but it looks like it's pressed all the way in. Alright, let's look how this goes. Just go nice and easy, nice and easy. Alright, now we get some pressure. Interesting. Hearing some noises. So we're going to resume this process. Now, I think I was hearing noises because it was squeezing the two arms, and that was a bad thing. So hopefully I didn't break this thing in the last minute. But I think that might have been what was causing that to happen. That feels tight. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Alright, so it looks like both of these are in there nicely. Spinning okay? Yeah. So I think I needed to make sure I just press into this and just press into that. Hopefully it didn't squeeze that too much. We'll find out. So I'm going to put a little bit of grease on here. And it's just there to just help. Because we're going to put a washer here. You just want that to help that stick on there. So when you put this back together, remember these little washers go on the inside. And remember that this is on the out. Go like that. should be pretty smooth. Feels good. So same idea with these on the lower, on this part. We're gonna put some grease and put them up. This is where if you'll really learn if everything's in there straight. This does not need to be more than hand tight. Just hand tight as well. Just want to make sure it's in there. You gotta feel nice and smooth. All right. So this is a little bit more of an adventure than I was expecting. Got on there, looks good. Let me know what kind of questions you have. You know, I highly recommend you heat the thing up. Using a metal hammer, that really helped. It took a while for me to like really bang in there and get them out, but some of those were in there for a couple of years, so I think that might have hurt, and then that's the reason why it took so long to get those out. But looking forward to doing the lowers. This video I'm just going to do the uppers because it's getting kind of long. But let me know what you think. Leave some any questions below. Let me know. Talk to you later. Go ride your bike. Bye.